This week on the White Knuckle Web Show, Shane Wiest will be chasing the elusive brown strutting crane. This bird is fair game in Wisconsin, unlike its cousin that has been tormenting Shane for years. Okay, on a serious note, when it comes to turkeys, Shane is all aces.
Alright, it's April the 9th. My season in Wisconsin starts on the 20th of April, so I've been shooting my setup in the basement a little bit just with field tips. I actually use the bullheads now to try to take the head off of them. So my setup was pretty good last year. I had it dialed in pretty much to 30 yards, but I just want to make sure everything is okay. So got the fluffy puffy Tom pillow hanging with, he's wearing a t-shirt today. Got a nice picture on him. So first shot of the year with the bullhead. Emma, the blood tracking dog, didn't seem to like that too much. Look like the shot's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 yards was a success. Puffy Tom would have lost his face. We're set up at 30, we'll see what happens. Well, looked like it pretty much hit the same spot as the first one. So 20's that dead on, 30's dead on. We're gonna take her out to 40 and see what happens. I think if Thomas is within 40 yards, he might be missing his face. That makes me happy.
Oh, it feels good to be back in the blind again. Driven by here several times in the mornings, and there's been one Tom, one Jake, and like 5 hens that have been hanging out in one of these 3 fields pretty religiously every morning. I figured they're probably roosted in this big woods up to the west of us here. Hopefully they pitch down into this pasture and want to come over to us. Pitched out of the roost just the way we figured they would. That Tom didn't want to have anything to do with our strutting Tom decoy. He must not be a very dominant bird, so lesson learned, I'm not bringing that tomorrow if I come here. It's not going to be a very big bird. All of a sudden, that Tom stepped out on top of the hill up here. At one point, I thought he was going to come right in. But he didn't like it. And to me, he was a smaller bird than the first one that came through, so I didn't really want to shoot him, but I thought if he came in and gave me a real close shot, I'd try to take his head off. He's going to live for another day, too. Yesterday, we were in the far back end, saw some birds, had them come in, but not far enough. On our way out, that group of birds that I was set up on the first morning was right back in this exact same spot again. So, I mean, they're here pretty much every single morning. So we decided to come back after these birds. We're set up about, 70 or 80 yards to the east into the next little pasture over from where I was set up with Ben the other day. Cross your fingers because I'm already getting sick of waking up at 3 o'clock, so maybe even catch a nap and wake up to the sound of a gobble. Looking at that, you can tell I always angle this man. Birds were right where they were supposed to be. The Tom turned and came in, finally crossed the fence and came over, and of course he stays to the north of us. He crossed across the fence, probably 30 yards to the north of us, maybe. And I looked over and I saw a bird running across the other pasture in front of us, and here was that Tom that doesn't have a beard. He comes running in, strutting and everything. He just works his way right up the tree line and up off to the south of us. So all those birds went off to the south. We were just gonna sit here for a little bit and feel confident that they were gone, but then that one gobble, and it didn't sound like it was too awful far away, so probably waited out a little bit longer. They outsmarted us again, which actually really isn't that hard to do when you're talking about me, but one of these days I'm gonna catch up with one of them things. I don't have my face mask on. If he goes up to that corner to the left, I might run out after him. No, he's going this way a little bit. He's looking. Figures my camera out there won't load up. He's still coming. Oh my gosh, we waited forever. I just couldn't wait any longer. I wanted for him to come, but he just was sitting there at 20 yards. He hung up. Oh my gosh, thanks, dude. Thank you so much. Awesome, dude. Let's go out and take a look at that. Yeah. That's sweet.
Not a huge bird. It's got it's like it has a fairly long beard, but it's not real thick. It's pretty wet though. The grass is really wet this morning. All of a sudden Kyle goes, "Hey, what's that through the fence line over there?" And I looked up and I caught just a glimpse of his head. And I pulled up the binoculars just in time to tell. I said, "Well, it's definitely a male." So I said, "Well, I'm going to call a few times and see what happens." And I called. All of a sudden I saw him come walking out. Man, he was pretty coming through the sun. We waited for, gosh, I don't know, it felt like an hour, but it was probably 7 or 8 minutes before I finally took the shot. Can't wait to see the footage. It should be pretty good. So
We were all so excited to hear of Shane's turkey success. We love him, and so should you. A few years ago, we introduced you to a good friend of mine named Eddie Edmondson. He finally retired from over 20 years in military special operations. He's done his share for us, so I was hoping to put him on a big old Tommy boy.
I've been watching an absolute giant from the house, and he's got to have like a 11, 12-inch beard, and it's like that big around. It's huge. My main man, Eddie, from North Carolina, came down to hopefully kill the next world record eastern gobbler out on my farm. So, yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I'm back. Just super cool. Okay. We had the gobbler show up in the corner of the field, and he came in quiet, sort of working around us through the fence. Came back out in the field, started gobbling a little bit. But he's heading to the east, downhill from us. It's early, first gobbler of the morning. This morning didn't work for us. We heard some gobblers, but we didn't see anything except deer. We slipped in behind Todd's house, and just down below us, downhill here, we got a hen out drying her feathers. So this is the place we saw the hen and gobbler first morning, and hopefully they come back through here this afternoon. Well, it's our last morning in Iowa. It's clear this morning. Sun's just starting to come up. We haven't heard any gobblers yet. I'm gonna give it a try today, and hopefully it all works out. Start bringing some good luck. It'd be appreciated. That is so awesome. I'm half asleep. We stayed up a little too late last night. And he's like, Tom, and I look up like half asleep. And he was running, boy. He came straight. Freaking finally, man. He came straight to that jam. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's a dandy, dude. He's a big bird. The last morning Eddie can hunt too, so. Dude, put another arrow on him right now. He's crawling away, bro. He's trying to crawl away. Go, go, go. Look at the hooks. Wow, dude. You got him, brother. You got him. What a bird. Boy, he's a tough sucker, huh? Oh, yeah. It's heavy. Big old dude. Holy crap, he's heavy. We're able to kill another big bird, and this one is 20 plus pounds, 11-inch plus beard, 1.5 inch spurs. He's a giant. And Todd's been watching him for at least a couple weeks.
A week, yeah. The last week he's been really active.
And we were able to see him, know who he was, based on that feather right there, that broken wing feather. And he came in this morning straight to the Jake and beat him up. Absolutely beautiful bird. It worked out for us this morning.
After 4 days of hunting hard, it was nice to finally get a crack at this boss Tom. There is nothing like knowing an animal and being able to close the deal on him. I'd actually taken several pictures of this Tom from my Vortex spotting scope in the week leading up to Eddie's hunt. Congrats, Eddie. This is the one we wanted, bro. Tyler Flynn is one of the beard models you may have seen on QVC's Beard Show. He's one of the best dudes you'll ever meet, and we're always excited to see what he will get into.
We're out here today, this afternoon. We're gonna get some trail cameras out. Got a couple of the coverts and the stick and picks that we're gonna put on these field edges to try to find some strut zones. Been doing a little more scouting this year than I have in years past, and I'm gonna use these tools to help narrow down where we should be going. The way we've always done it in the past was to go out and roost them the night before and then just kind of hope for the best the next morning. We're doing a little more homework this time.
This year, Tyler's prep work paid off, getting him right in the middle of it, right out of the gate.
We're on a field that we've seen a couple gobblers strutting on in the morning. They're roosted behind us in the same spot they're always roosted. The other fields that they could go to were recently plowed up. So I'm hoping that gives them a little bit more incentive to come our way this morning. That was incredible, though. I rushed it. All kinds of time. Yep, I rushed it. I don't know if I hit him in a good spot, though. That's it right there. There's just a little bit of like fatty blood on it. It's kind of a redemption morning. I was unable to find the bird that I hit yesterday. It's about time for them to fly down, and the wind died down. So we've got gobblers all around us right now. So we're just doing some soft calling every now and again. Let them know that we got a couple hens up here in this field. Maybe they should come up and join us for, a little breakfast and maybe a little brunch, maybe a little broadhead.
I got him. It's been 4 years since I've gotten a bird. Can't believe I finally got a turkey. It seems like it's been a lot of mornings getting up early, a lot of work and walking and money on calls and tags over the years that I had to never come home with anything. That's pretty awesome. And I'm gonna eat him and he's going to be delicious. So I can't wait for that.
Congratulations, Tyler, and all the other successful turkey hunters out there. It's a beautiful time of year to be outdoors, and we're so thankful for these opportunities. God bless.
Don't you just hate it every time you're watching your favorite hunting show, then all of a sudden, bam, there's product placement right in your face every time. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details about Wicked Tree Gear. But what I will tell you is that Wicked Tree Gear makes a pole saw that goes from 15 feet down to 42 inches. Features a lifetime warranty. Cast aluminum, no plastic parts. You already know all that. But if you wanted to find out more, you could go to wickedtreegear.com. Unless, of course, you like having a broken pole saw. At White Knuckle Productions, we hate blatant sponsor plugs. Instead, we'd rather let the product speak for itself. I feel that a subtle approach is just a little bit better way of showcasing the product. The big buck professionals of Tecumani, they have a website. It's tecumani.com. You can access that via your personal computer or your mobile device. It says right here, Tecumani products are tested nationwide under virtually all soil and weather conditions, and it consistently will produce results that many find simply astounding. I don't know about you, but I think the product is spoken.